No way they're sending a civilian into a combat sim. One of the flight officers chuckled under his breath as the room of uniformed men turned toward the door. She walked in with her braid tucked over one shoulder, emerald green jumpsuit crisp, face unreadable. The room went silent, and then came the smirks. "Lost, Mom?" someone asked. Another pilot nudged his buddy. "Maybe she's here to refill the coffee pot." She didn't blink. She walked straight to the head of the table, placed a thick folder on the steel surface, and slowly slid it open. Pages of inked grids, altitude logs, heat maps, and sortie reports. Her name, Captain Ilara Cross, stamped clearly on every page. The smirks faltered. "Gentlemen," she said without raising her voice, "I'm the mission lead for Operation Phoenix Drop. We lift off in 30 hours. And unless you want to be statistics in someone else's report, I suggest you pay attention." They blinked. One stood up. "Wait, you're leading this op?" "No disrespect, but this isn't a classroom drill. We've got real hostiles." She turned to him calmly. "Lieutenant, the last time I flew a recon run in Red Zone Bravo, your name wasn't even on the roster. I've flown through electromagnetic interference at 60,000 feet in an unshielded Viper. I've manually rerouted hydraulics mid-dogfight, and 3 of the kills logged in this op are courtesy of my vectoring from the ground while your former lead blacked out. I don't need you to like me. I need you to survive." The room froze. Her voice wasn't loud, but it echoed like a slap, and that's when the attitude started shifting. See, what none of them knew, what no one bothered to ask, was that Ilara wasn't a rookie pilot dropped into a leadership role for show. She had logged more flight hours in conflict zones than the entire front row combined. She had served under 4 commanders, being grounded once for disobeying an order, and that disobedience saved a team pinned under enemy fire. She didn't brag, she didn't flex, she just carried truth, and a record that couldn't be ignored. But for them, the uniform didn't matter. The braid, the eyes, the voice. To them, she wasn't one of the guys. She was a threat to the norm, until the data made it impossible to deny. "Let's begin," she said, tapping the screen behind her. Schematics lit up, flight patterns, drop zones, probable SAM locations, ECM plans. Her strategy was surgical, efficient, ruthless, and when she finished, the same pilot who had cracked a joke about coffee raised his hand. "Captain, why weren't you leading months ago?" She didn't answer right away, just looked him in the eye. "Because the people who decide those things," she said, "were too busy listening to voices that sounded like theirs." Then the door opened. A general stepped in, silver stars sharp on his shoulders. "I see you've met your new lead," he said. "Some of you already know Captain Cross from rotation in Vega Command. For those who don't, she'll be writing your evals when this mission is done. And if you make it back in one piece, you'll have her to thank." He left just as quickly as he came. No more questions followed. The next 28 hours were a blur. Sim training, tech briefings, dry runs. They followed her now, not because they had to, but because they trusted her. Every call she made was precise. No wasted words, no ego. And when the mission launched, 3:47 a.m. under full cloud cover, she was in cockpit lead. Not the safest seat, not the backline command post. She took point. During the insertion, the unexpected happened. A hostile drone swarm broke through the mountain interference net and zeroed in on the convoy. Panic flared across the comms. Confusion. One pilot peeled off, another lost altitude. "Hold formation," her voice cracked through the channel. "I'm rerouting power. Stay in your shadow lanes. We lose one, we lose the whole mission." She didn't hesitate, cut her own power, let the drone lock onto her signal, and led it away. Through the canyon at breakneck speed. Her sensors were jammed, HUD blinking, no AI assistance. It was raw instinct now. The drone clipped her wing just as she nosedived beneath the radar floor, ejecting flare burst to draw it off. Her jet roared through the ravine like a falling star, and she made it, limping but alive. The team landed safely, mission secured, and 2 hours later, when they limped back into the briefing room, covered in sweat, eyes wide with disbelief, she was already there. Standing, holding a data pad, calm, cold, calculating. "You all did good," she said. Now let's debrief. No one joked this time, they listened. Because what they learned that night wasn't just about tactics or survival. They learned what leadership looks like, what calm under fire sounds like, what a real warrior does when underestimated. And most of all, they learned that respect isn't given by uniform, or voice, or gender. It's earned, one decision at a time. So never laugh at the quiet one walking into the room. She might be the one flying you home. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment where are you watching from. If this story hit you, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and drop a karma in the comments below.